Talk about what the Catholic Church actually is. So there's only one kind of Catholic Church, and what charity is to Catholics is to rob the poor and give to the wealthy. That's what the police are doing, by fomenting crime. And they don't care about human values. They're Catholics. They are evil. And what the police protect is the criminals with money and power, the liars, the slanderers. There's only one Catholic Church. So a charity for Catholics is to rob the poor and give to the wealthy. And they're liars. They're just, in every essence, they're evil. But there's not a few Catholics. Almost everybody in the United States is Catholic. They're evil from the top of their head to the bottom of their feet. Almost everybody in the United States is Catholic. So if you recognize what the Satanic Church is preaching to the people, it's constantly. That's the brainwashing in your schools, on your televisions, and it's complete. They're censoring every platform there is. We're only a Catholic perspective, and there's no difference between this group of Catholics and this group of Catholics and this group of Catholics, because you're united on being slanderous, selfish liars, cowards, who are inverting the truth, virtue signaling. It's everything in the Bible that Jesus said. Every single parable that Jesus gave refers to Catholics. He didn't give one parable that didn't refer to the Catholics. And every single Catholics hit every mark, every one of those things, because they're all evils. That's what the Catholics feel are virtues. And any disciple of Christ's word doesn't do any of those things. They do none of them. That's what, Jesus said, don't do these things. Not because it's impossible not to do it, because it's wrong to do it, and as a disciple of Christ, you don't do those things. And the Catholics, they're offended by those people. When they see people who are doing the right thing, and when I say Catholic, this is a large group of people. Any satanic-minded person is Catholic. So explicitly, a communist. Communists are not socialists, but they are Catholics. Calling a communist a socialist is just confusion. It's not correct. When you're taxing the civilians and you're subsidizing, you're granting money to criminals, which is obviously what's being done in the United States. They're doing it openly. Anybody in the Democrat Party believes in that fervently. It's part of their narcissistic evil. It's a narcissistic evil. They're just projecting. Everything's a lie to these people. The Democrats actually campaigned on throwing innocent people into prisons so they can work for the wealthy. That was their campaign promise. They're if we get elected, we're going to make sure to rig all the elections, and we're going to make sure to throw the innocent people into prisons so they can be in labor camps for the wealthy. And that's why the Democrats still support that. That's what they think is good, because they really feel evil is good. And that's what the great Catholic Church is. It's the big evil in the United States. The big evil. It's not a couple of... The Catholics are trying to confuse people and say, it's Goldberg. There's one little Catholic that's making a trouble in a secret bunker somewhere. That's out of 1984, George Orwell. The enemy is this elusive Goldberg. Okay? And that was in reference to their tactics, because Orwell knew the tactics that they're utilizing. They're censoring people, they're covering for the criminals, and they're castigating the innocent. So what are they trying to do here? And it's at play everywhere. It's not a couple of Catholics. Just put the news on and you see there's some kind of preposterous nonsense. The criminals are still not being arrested, by the way. You see that they're pretending like they are, but now it's the same Unity Party, the one satanic party. They want to disappear the Christians. That's what they want to do. The humanity, the honest people, the rationally humane people, they want to disappear them. So it's just, USAID. USAID doesn't give money to anybody. USAID gives money to the complicit. You only receive money from USAID if you believe in pardoning the wicked and slandering the innocent. That is the criteria. It's in the college. They don't allow for rational human beings to even participate in anything in the college. They expel you. This is the Catholic Church. They expel you. The Catholic Church is pretending that Catholics are Christians. You're supposed to, when you refer to Christians, to go, oh, and the Catholics are here. No, Catholics are anti-Christians. Everything about what they're doing is anti-Christian. The colleges very like to smear the Christians. So they like to say, hey, if you're a Christian, you're just a racist war hawk doing all these horrible things and holier than thou. But that's not what a Christian is. A Christian, that's what a Catholic is, but not what a Christian is. But you're not going to have any fair discussion in the college about this. They're very clear that they're just, the mind of the reprobate is the only kind of people that they want to tolerate. So you're not going to get a good job or even in education. They're going to expel you from the schools. And on top of that, you think in 2016, what was going on? I was telling people about that level of corruption in America in 2010. Very clearly, I said, because I was in the college, and they told me, they said, we're not going to tolerate your presence here. We're just going to, blacklist you and harass you. We're going to smear you, and we're going to attack you. They told me that to my face. They said, you don't embrace the Marxist mindset where it's just selfishness and greed and condemning the innocent as a progressive, spirit. You're going, I'm advanced because I have no shame. I have they call it like humility. They call it a actualization. They call it self-actualized people, where they go, I know what I do for a living. It's only lying, cheating, stealing. That's the only kind of thing there is to do, and I'm progressive. That's what they're doing in the colleges. So it's no surprise that you have everything operating like a clown circus. But even in a workforce, every CEO is operating under the same mentality, where it's about a pretense of whatever the hell they're doing, but in reality, they're just trying to remove all of humanity.